What's up? My name is Zach, and today I wanted to show you my vinyl collection. I've been collecting for about 5 years, and I'd say I have a little over 100 records. So what I want to do is show you all of my records, at least the covers, and then for the ones that have cool discs or picture discs, I'm going to pull those out of the cover, and then I'll have some B-roll of it playing on my record player. And all of them are in inner and outer anti-static sleeves. So for the sake of the video, I'm going to take them out of the outer sleeves so I can pull the vinyls out and show you. And then at the end of the video, I'll probably go through how I store my records and what I use to put them in as far as inner sleeves and outer sleeves, and then what I do when I get a new record. So here we go. Hope you enjoy. For the first artist up, I have Travis Scott. This is Days Before Rodeo. This is his first EP before his debut album, Rodeo, came out. There's a lot of amazing songs on here. Mamacita, Drugs You Should Try It, Don't Play with Big Sean, Skyfall, Zombie, Sloppy Toppy, Basement Freestyles. It goes on and on. This one actually is a bootleg, but it did come on a crystal clear. I have never had a problem with it. It plays perfectly every time, and I love it. Next album is Travis Scott's Rodeo, and this is his first debut album. Has many hits, including Antidote, Nightcrawler, Impossible, Mariah Drunk, I Can Tell, 90210, so many. There's more that I'm not even naming. And this just comes on a regular black disc. Oop. Next up is Birds in the Trap Sing Mcknight. This is Travis's second album, studio album, and I'm pretty sure this just comes on a black vinyl. Next is, of course, Astro World. I don't even know if I even have to say anything about this. This was a masterpiece. I actually do have this on, it's a marble purple. And then next is the night cover version of Astro World. This one was really rare. It released on his site right before the album dropped, I think. A week leading up, he did like a 7-day merch drop. And then I think this was the last day, or the second day to last day. This one has the same back cover, and it is just black in the inside. This is probably the only record I haven't opened. Travis is probably my favorite artist, so I know this one's really rare, so I've kept it in the sleeve. Next is my 7-inch Sicko Mode Skrillex remix, and this one released on the site, I think, right maybe a week after the album had dropped, and Skrillex had did a remix, and this was a 7-inch. And this was concluded the Astro World drops, I'm pretty sure. Next, we'll get into the Highest in the Room vinyls. There were a lot of these that released, so I'm not going to show you all of them out of the covers, but I've got all variants of the 7-inch covers that he released for Highest in the Room. There were 3 aliens, and then there was these 3 alternate covers. And these are all 7 inches. This is probably my favorite one. And then back to the regular. And then the picture discs. Here are the picture discs. There were 3. I have one of them hanging up in my living room. I'll give you a shot of that in a minute. But there's, I think this is number 2. And this is number 3. And on the wall's number 1. I'm not too sure, the number was a little weird, but the only song on here is Highest in the Room. The next artist up I have is gonna be Drake. I have a lot of Drake records. He hasn't made a lot of his actual records, so I have a lot of bootlegs. Here's the inside, and then the back cover. This one's just on a regular black. Next is Nothing Was the Same. Pretty sure this is just regular. Oh no, this is another bootleg, because I don't think there was an official. I think there was a couple official DJ press testings with a couple, just one or two songs from the album, but no actual official records. Come on, Drake, release your discography on vinyl, please. There's the back. Next is If You're Reading This, It's Too Late. This one is official. Has a flip open. And then there's the back. One thing that's cool about this that I haven't ever hear anyone talk about or Drake ever address is on the song Madonna, on the last verse or the last part of the song, there's like, on the official version, there's an instrumental like outro. On the vinyl version, he's got a whole nother verse. It's crazy. It's a verse that I've never heard, and that's one of my favorite Drake songs. So if you have the vinyl, go listen to the Madonna song on side B, and there's an extra verse on the song that isn't anywhere else I've ever found. If You're Reading This, Is Too Late. Next is What a Time to Be Alive. I'm pretty sure I had a bootleg version of this at one point, and then I bought the official one. They came out with one, and I gave my bootleg one to my friend. This is on a regular black. My bootleg one was a clear, but I'd rather have the studio version, better audio, but there's the front and back. Next is Views. Now, again, I had this on bootleg as well, and then the officials came out, and my friend that I'm always exchanging records with, I'm always at his house playing records, he bought the real one, and this is his. He gave it to me, we exchanged. I gave him my bootleg version because it was pink, I think. It was a pink color and white, I'm pretty sure. So he liked that, and like I said, I just care about the sound and the quality. So we exchanged. This is the official one. And I'm pretty sure this is just regular black as well. Next is More Life, and again, another bootleg. Come on, Drake, release your vinyls officially through your site. We'll pay $40 an album, I don't care. So this is More Life, like I said. This was a collaboration album with his label, I'm pretty sure. And it's on black. It is bootleg, but it sounds perfect, it feels perfect. No complaints. And there's the back, obviously super fake. And then hopefully not last is Scorpion. This album was amazing. I mean, super OCD, so I just have to collect all. If I have an artist, I try to get all their vinyls. And now I need Dark Late demo tapes because that one isn't out. But Scorpion was amazing. Double-sided LP. Next artist is gonna be J. Cole. Really love J. Cole. Some of his records are my favorite records of my whole collection. This one is just regular 2014 Forest Hills Drive. It's on black. I don't think there's anything too notable about this copy. It's just the standard copy. Next up is Forest Hills Drive Live. This one is extremely rare. I was fortunate enough to cop one during the sale on the site, and I stumbled across it and I bought it. This was one of the first records I ever owned, and never regretted it. I think this one's somewhere above $500, but there's the inside. There's this really cool detailing. I don't know if you can see that. There's the back side. And this one is the live version, so this is the version that he recorded at Fayetteville, North Carolina in his hometown. There is a documentary about this concert, and you can actually watch that documentary and hear the songs from that video, but those songs, the audio, is on here. Sounds immaculate. I've only played it maybe 3 times. I'm honestly scared to play it because it's so rare. Almost can't even buy another one of these. Next is gonna be For Your Eyes Only. This was J. Cole's fourth studio album. I don't really know, I could be wrong. There's the inside. There's the back. One cool thing about this one is it is on the Coke bottle blue, is what they call it, I think. Next is KOD. This is his most recent solo studio album, and I actually got it signed. There's a crazy story about this. I probably waited on this album for about 2 years to get to me, because the first round he signed them all, and then the LP covers on shipment to the store to put the vinyls in got messed up. So he had to redo all of that and re-sign it all. So I waited. Took forever for it to come in, but here it is. And then I have it on Marble Red. Next up is Revenge of the Dreamers 3. There's so much I can say about this, but if you haven't heard it, just go listen to it and you'll probably fall in love. If you are a hip-hop fan, there's some R&B stuff on here too. Really good stuff. It's the back, and then there's the inside. It is just on regular black. I do have the deluxe. I have it in. I have about 20 vinyls unopened at my other house that I need to go open, but I have this on deluxe. Maybe I'll show it in my next vinyl video if I ever get around to it. But really good album. And then lastly, for J. Cole's side of things, this is not a J. Cole album. This is Jid Dicaprio 2, but he is on the record label with J. Cole, Dreamville, and I only had one of Jid's albums, so I thought I'd throw it in at the end of J. Cole's. So this is Jid's album. You need to get the Never Story, and then this is just on a regular black vinyl as well. Oh, I'm wrong. It's on a crystal clear. Next up, I have Kendrick Lamar's Good Kid, Mad City. And just like all of Kendrick's projects, they're pretty much all masterpieces, so this is one of his first masterpieces. There's the back, inside, and then the vinyl record is just a regular black. Next up is Kendrick Lamar's Tapimpa Butterfly. Again, another masterpiece. There's so many good songs on here. The album itself is just a cultural journey. There's the back. There's the middle. There's some cool highlighter writing over some of the text right here. Makes it unique. Next up is Untitled Unmaster by Kendrick Lamar. This was another masterpiece that should have had its own studio release. Next is Damn by Kendrick Lamar. Another masterpiece. This was his latest solo album. Hopefully by the end of this year we get another solo album. It'd be amazing, but this was Damn. There's the backside. There was a red version of that. I just have the black. I did not cop the red. I was not able to. Next up is the collector's edition version of Damn. This one I was able to get. And this was just the reverse track list of the regular album. But one cool thing about this one, if I can open it, is it's clear. I think this is the clearest record I have. I don't really have any other clearer than this. Next is the Black Panther album by Kendrick's label TDE, or not Kendrick's label, but his label that he signed to, TDE. This was the soundtrack to the movie Black Panther by Marvel. So a lot of these songs got reused for other projects, but I got it on a nice dark translucent red. I also have the picture disc version. I think it's in storage right now. The picture disc is just the disc with the necklace. And that pretty much does it for Kendrick, but as far as TDE goes, I have a couple other records. So I have J-Rock's Redemption, This is on red vinyl. Cool black and white inside insert. Next is Sir. This is one of the more recent signees from TDE, I think. I think he's on TDE. And there's the back. This is Kendrick's most recent feature, was on Hair Down. And that was the most recent Kendrick verse as of 2020. But this one is on a very sought after orange. Next up, I have Crash Talk by Schoolboy Q. I don't have any other of Schoolboy Q's albums. I would love to get some, but this one I really enjoyed. I'm pretty sure this is on a yellow. It's like a lime translucent green highlighter yellow. So for the next artist, I have Xxx Tentacion. I'm just gonna say X for the sake of his name and because I have a lot of his records. This is 17. This was his first studio album, quite arguably one of his best. It's got so much emotion and it's really short and it's a really good listen if you haven't checked it out before. Some cool black on black text right there, if you can see. Next album is gonna be Question Mark by X. Another really good album if you're in this type of music, in this genre. X kind of ruled it. He's one of my favorites, if not my favorite from this style of music. There's the back. There's the inside. Really powerful. One cool thing about this record is that if you pre-ordered it, it came with the memorial booklet they handed out at his funeral, I'm pretty sure. So it's like a little picture booklet, a little collage booklet of everything X, little memorial. Next is gonna be Skins by X. I'm pretty sure he had already passed before this album had been released. Really good album though. I enjoyed. I wish he could have seen it to complete fulfillment. But here you go. One of his most recent releases that his team has released under his name is Bad Vibes Forever. And this one is cool. It comes with one black one, but then it comes in a bone color cream white. Next is another bootleg. This is Revenge. This is a compilation album. I got this because some of my favorite X songs were on here, like Look at Me, I Don't Want to Do This Anymore, Looking for a Star, Valentine, King, Slipknot, Young Brats, and R.I.P. Roach, all on one little compilation album on vinyl. It's pretty much crazy to have. If you have a good listening setup with some subwoofers or any type of good bass feedback, then these on vinyl are so amazing. This is just on a regular black, but it sounds perfect even though it's a bootleg. And the cover's not pixelated, and the text is great. Honestly, some bootlegs are where it's at. Next is Members Only 4. This is a picture disc as well. X was already gone before he saw this to fruition. Next up is the picture disc version of Skins. It's the same album as earlier, same cover art and everything, but instead of a blue and black splatter disc, it is a picture disc of X. And there's also these cool booklets that I didn't mention that comes with the album. If you are an X fan, I would say go ahead and cop his vinyls or his records if you can find them. It's super nice to have something from an artist that has passed. It's super nice to have a physical version of something from that artist, so you're thinking of him. And then lastly for X, I have his 3 LP and voice memo disc. I'm not gonna pull these out, they're all crystal clear discs, but this is on a super nice acrylic booklet. Next artist up I have is Joey Badass. This is his second album. There's the inside and the back. Next is Joey Badass's third album, All American Badass. This was a really good album. Next, I have Trap Soul by Bryson Taylor. Can't even explain to you how good this album was when I first found out about it. Me and my brother actually went out of our way, way out of our way to go to one of his concerts and don't regret it at all. We were one of the only people in the whole crowd that were singing his lyrics. This was such a good album. Next is Bryson Taylor's second album. This is True to Self. And both of his LPs come on standard black. Next, some personal favorites. We have Black. This is Black's first album, Free Black. This was amazing, all hits on this, just like all 3 of his projects. Sadly, his third project did not come out on vinyl, but all of his projects do not miss. Every single track on all of the albums, all good. And then this is Black's second album. I actually have it signed right here, little signature. Super happy about that. Here's the inside. And then there's the back. Next artist I have is gonna be Trippy Red. This is a love letter to U4. I'm not even gonna attempt to dissect Trippy's discography because he releases so much stuff, he has so many EPs, and I only have so much of his material on vinyl, so I'm just gonna show you what I have. I don't really am educated enough to tell you all about each one, but I do have some cool colors of these. This one is on a crazy maroon, pink, reddish, salmon. Next is Exclamation Point by Trippy Red. I think I have this on a cool black and red splatter. Next is A Love Letter to You 3. Really cool cover. Really cool vinyl too. Oh, we got the signed insert. Forgot about that. Blue and green translucent split. Next I have is Life is a Trip by Trippy Red. This is a personal favorite of mine. I really enjoy this album. There's some great features. All of Trippy's solo tracks on here are pulling his own weight and they're amazing. Here's the back, and then the vinyl itself is really cool. Another signed insert. Next artist is gonna be A$AP Rocky. There's the inside and the back. And then I'm pretty sure I have this one on white. Yeah. Next is another A$AP Rocky record, Long Live A$AP. Pretty sure I have this one on purple, or actually gold. I think it's gold. There's the inside and there's the back. Yes. Next I have Kid Cudi's Man on the Moon Wine. This album is, in my eyes, flawless. I grew up on this, so he was one of the artists that got me into hip-hop pretty heavily. I wouldn't have some of the taste I do now without this album and his secondary album, but this is a really good one. There's the inside, and then there's the back. Next, I have Kid Cudi's Man on the Moon 2. Like the first, it was pretty much flawless. Grew up on these. The documentary for this album was amazing. Whole delivery of everything was pretty much amazing. Next is a bootleg copy of Life of Pablo. I really enjoyed this album. I wasn't that big of a Kanye fan before, but then this dropped, I checked it out, and I really enjoyed it. Bootleg copy sounds pretty good. I think there was one song that did have some crackling and didn't sound that great. But as a bootleg, what can you expect? Can't all be perfect, but... Next is Kanye's Yay. This album was pretty good. There's some good songs in here. Next is All Kids See Ghost by Kanye and Kid Cudi. This album was really good. I enjoyed some of the pieces off of here. And this is Gold Link's Dysphoria. This album was really fresh. It was so nice. There's some really good features on here. He's in a couple different flows and a lot of different genres in this album. Really enjoyed it. Next is Tyler the Creator, and this album is Flower Boy. It's really good. I don't have any of his previous content on vinyl. Pretty hard to find. I heard Cherry Blossom was finally going to release, but we'll never know. These are pretty fun records. Album photos go here. He's describing that he was supposed to have an amazing photographer come and take pictures, and they're supposed to go right here, but as you can see, those are the pictures we got. There's the back, and what's really cool about this one is a honey disc. Next is Tyler the Creator's Igor. This album was really good. There's a lot to unpack in this album. It's not your standard hip-hop album. There's a lot of unique sounds and flows, and he's doing a really creative thing on this. And then this is Igor as well. This is the alternate cover. There's the inside, back, and then this one was on a mint green. It's like a minty, limey green. And then lastly for Tyler, I have Igor on picture disc. And this is pretty much just a novelty item, just to display. I don't think I've ever played this version, but I really like the album. I got all 3 versions of it on vinyl, and this was the picture disc. Next up, I have Russ. This is There's Really a Wolf. This is probably, in my opinion, his best of his 3 projects. There's the inside, and there's the back. I had the opportunity to see him at Hangout Fest. I think it was 3 years ago, maybe 4 years ago now. I think it was before this album was out, or maybe this album had just been dropped. But it was a really good concert. It was on the beach, and he was doing his thing. White and red because he has 2 different colored eyes. So they did 2 different colored vinyls. This is his 2nd studio album. He has a plethora of other albums. They just weren't categorized or his like studio official, but he has plenty of other albums to go check out if you want to listen to those. But these are the only ones he has on vinyl that I know about. There's the inside, back. Next up is an odd one. It's Ed Sheeran's collaborative album, number 6. I honestly just got this record just because of the song Antisocial with Travis Scott. There's some other good ones on here, like the Justin Bieber song. The Young Thug feature is really good. But yeah, mainly just the Travis one. I'm a big Travis fan. There's the inside. Next up, I have Sire by Jaden Smith. This one is a pleasure. When he's in his singing bag, it is amazing. He sounds so good with a lot of auto-tune, almost like a Travis Scott type of situation, but a lot more rock inspired. This is the inside. Really cool cover. There's the back. And then next is his second, is Aries. Really cool cover art. There's the back. And I'm pretty sure I have this one on a pink. That pretty much does it for my hip hop records. Now that I'm getting into more like R&B-ish and electronic music, I have up next probably my favorite 2 records in my collection. This is Brent Faiyaz's Sonderson, and oh my goodness, this record is amazing. If you've ever heard the digital version, then you know what a pleasure this is. If you have the opportunity to get this on vinyl, then you know, like this is so good. It only gets better with the record. It plays perfectly. Next is Sonder Into. This is Brent Faiyaz as well as 2 other producers. This is like contemporary R&B, soul, like super deep, meaningful, like instrumental vocal music. I don't really know how to explain it. It's kind of one of a kind, and they make some amazing music. It's been nearly 3 years since they released something, and it's on this beautiful soft pastel looking yellow vinyl. Next is gonna be my Daniel Caesar picture book record. This is 1 of 100, so it comes with the regular LP cover. This is a dust cover it comes with. Then you open it, then you have your booklet. So just a giant picture booklet. I'm not gonna show it to you because it's so rare. If I get enough comments or someone asks about it, I might show it off. But here's the regular record, the inside, the back. And then I have 2 different variant colors. I have the standard dark blue. This is the same Daniel Caesar record, but it's a light baby blue. And then moving on to Daniel Caesar's second album. This is a nice translucent cover sleeve. The regular album cover. The inside. Then what's really cool about these is they came with these acrylic like translucent sleeves. So this vinyl is clear. Like this translucent sleeves, like magazine text almost. And then I have the same Daniel Caesar album, but this time it's a really cool red color. It's like a light red. Next, I have Joji's first album. It's on this nice purple. Then I have Joji's second album. And this one is a white. Next, this is Taku, Songs to Make Up and Break Up To. This is a really cool album. It's got a couple singles in here. Next, this is a collab album from Mr. Carmack and a couple other producers. I don't know their names, but they sent a couple cool things. Customized card, says my name. Then they signed the cover. And on the insert, it says a whole bunch of stuff, personalized with my name. Really cool. Next up, this is Her's album. There's the inside. And then I have Black Swan by Smino. There's the inside, back. Next is Elena Baraz and Galen Mateus's album, Urban Flora. This album is amazing. I think this was an EP, honestly. Front and back, and then it's a clear cover. Next is The Color of You by Elena Baraz. This album was amazing. I have this in a couple different colors. I have it in a beige, and then I also have it in a baby pink. Next is It Was Divine by Elena Baraz, and I got this one signed. I was lucky enough to get this one signed, and this one is also clear. There's the inner piece and the back. This is Snow Allegra's Those Feels Again. This album was amazing. I have her signature as well in this one. If anybody has her first one, Feels, I will pay a lot of money to get that. So hit me up if you got that. Here's the inside, the back cover. And then this one is on a really cool lime green. Next up, I have Masego's Ladylady. This record is amazing if you like some jazz. He's a young man. This album is great. He plays the saxophone. He pretty much does everything. Next is Medicine and Masego, their Pink Polo EP. This one is really rare. This one came out so long ago. This is on a baby pink or like a lighter pink color. This is Medicine's first album, I'm pretty sure, Irene. This one's really cool. I'm pretty sure it's on clear. I have his second one coming in, and I don't know when it will be here, but album is really nice if you like electronic instrumentals and stuff. There's some vocal work on here too. Next, I have Bob Marley's album. It's a must in any collection. There's the inside, back, and then it's a really cool rustic color vinyl. Next, I have the Euphoria sound score. It's really nice. There's the inside, there's the back, and it's on a really cool purple marble vinyl, it looks like. Next, I have Tame Impala, The Slow Rush. There's the inside, there's the back. The cover feels really nice. It's not your standard LP cover. It's almost got like a matte finish on it. And then there's some really cool artwork in here. The vinyls have two different colors, two different splatter colors with like a sandy undertone. Next, I have Tame Impala's Currents record. There's the inside, and the back is very psychedelic. And then I have What's So Not EP, or album, my bad, album. Next is Kygen, I think that's how you say it, Cygn, Body and Soul. What's cool about this is there's a day and then a night cover. We have Chill Hop Fall of Summer of 2019, my bad. There's the inside and the back. These are really cool, like that matte texture vinyl feel too. And then these are a nice red. Really cool cover arts too. I have a lot of the other fall, winter, and summers of different years coming in. These are just what I have right now. This is the fall of 2019. Inside, back, and then this one is a yellow. Next, we have Quickly Quickly's Paths. This is a really good instrumental album. Usually when I'm cooking or something, I'll put some Quickly stuff on. It just goes down so easy. And this is Quickly Quickly's first album, I'm pretty sure. Over Skies. Oh, there's the back. And then it comes with a really cool booklet on the inside. A whole bunch of the visuals, I guess, inspired by this album. And then I have Suna, and this is it says Coral Angel. This is his Coral Angel album. This is a really good EP. These are like instrumental electronic music albums. This is pretty much the final stretch of my albums. So I'm gonna finish up with some of my favorites. So this is Flume's first album. And I have this on picture disc as well. It's not here, but this one's on black. There's the back. Now this one's really cool. This is one of my, probably like under 10 like first vinyls. Like this might have been like my 5th vinyl. This is Flume's Skin LP, and I have the accompanying there's the inside. I have the company EPs. This is a 4-disc LP. So there's like a nice purple marble vinyl, and then on the inside of each sleeve I have the first EP and then the second EP in the other sleeve, and these are just standard black. This did not come like this. I had to build this one myself. Just pieced a whole bunch of different vinyls together to make one thing, because these are all under the same skins portfolio type of thing. And this is the second EP. Then I was able to find a printing of Some Minds, and there's another song on here that I'm not quite sure what it was, but Some Minds on vinyl sounds immaculate. It's amazing. This is just regular black. I think there's 2 songs on the front and 2 songs in the back. And then we have Flume. This is Flume. That's the name of the album. This this album cover looks crazy. Inside art is amazing. Back art is amazing, and then it is a nice clear vinyl. The inside art. This is probably my favorite producer. Sam Gelatri is probably my favorite producer of all time. He made these immaculate EPs, and his first album, Sunset. This is his second one, and then the third. And then this right here, this was the first record I had ever owned. This is Sam Gelatri's Short Stories. This is an extremely rare record to find right now, if you can even find one on the internet. All the audio on here is beautiful. The songs are perfect. There's the backside. This is my most prized possession probably, besides my Brent Faiyaz and Sonder record, because this was the first one I ever owned, and Sam Gelatri just holds a nice place in my heart because his music is just so inspirational and world building. Check him out if you haven't heard him. So now I'm going to show you how I store my vinyls for long term, just out and about with display, and then what I use for inner sleeves and outer sleeves. And then as well, I have 2 vinyls hanging up that I can show you the cases and what I did to get those hung up. This is one of 2 that I owned. This is the Project Debut Carbon Esprit. Comes with a really nice needle. The tone arm is carbon fiber, which is really nice. It comes with a super nice anti-skate weight. That's adjustable to 3 settings right there with that notch. The platter is acrylic, and then it has 2 speeds for 33 and 45. And what's really cool about this is you can kind of see the motor isn't actually directly attached to the platter, so you don't get any of the motor hum or anything. It's suspended by rubber bands, and then the main drive. And this is how I store my vinyls. I usually take them all out of their original packaging and put them in inner sleeves and outer sleeves, and I store them vertically like this. And then I have 2 ladder racks. I think this top says it can support up to 30 pounds. I mean, this is probably a little bit over 30 pounds, but it's been fine. There's no real wobble on the thing or anything. And then I hold my ends up with these geode bookends. They look really cool. And then I just have my 7 inches right here. And then this is the other side of my records. Same thing with these. All of them have outer sleeves. Then I have a couple other records right here that I didn't show out. This is Childish Gambino's Virtual Reality Limited Edition vinyl. It's just regular black. It just comes with a VR headset. And then this Childish Gambino record comes with a screenplay. Some of the other things that are cool to mention are these vinyl display frames. I found this on Amazon. It was like $32, I think. And it showcases the LP and if you have a cool disc on the inside. And then the other thing I had was this shadow box, really cool. And I put 2 little tiny pins at the bottom of the picture disc right there and there. And it's just leaned back supporting itself. And this is also the other picture disc of Travis that I wasn't able to show. And then as far as storing my records, these are the outer sleeves I use. I try and get 3mm poly sleeves. You can do up to 4 and 5 and 6 even if you wanted to. I just found that 3 protects it well enough and isn't that thick, so you can move it however you need to. It doesn't rip and tear. Then for my 7 inches, same style, vinyl style, 3mm as well. And then for my inner sleeves, these are a hot commodity. These are actually sold out. I can't get any more of these right now. But the Mophie Original Master anti-static inner sleeves. These things are a wonder. They come really nice with this. It's like a padded backing. It's not a cardboard, but it's like a thick paper. And then the front is a very thin plastic so you can see your records really well.